What's up, people? Steve Mayeda here. This is the TSL podcast, and today we're talking about masculinity, but watching a video about being a man or masculinity or dropping the science on it and so on is not what makes you a man. What makes you a man is doing something, projecting yourself in society and making a mark for yourself and living life in all the things male. And you don't need a book to do that. You need what's in here. And so this actually comes from our TSL call, our Men's Development Excellence call. Super cold out here in Austin. Last few days of being cold, and I love it. But, you know, coming from my perspective, I mean, I talk about masculinity all the time. It's a huge, huge topic because there's such a need for it. Nobody's doing it. But here's the thing, is I actually have a group where we meet and we work on this stuff and we do things like there's more and more guys actually that live locally in Austin that are training jiu-jitsu at my gyms. They're working out with me. We're going out and we're doing things, their passions, my passions. And we have a brotherhood, and most of our dialogue comes from that. But see, the problem is we have masculinity that's fed by the media, that is created by the media. And by that, I don't just mean CNN or Fox or the whole fake news thing or whatever. But what I mean is this stream of content and material that is telling us how to be a man, that's telling us what it means to have worth, what it means to have purpose, what it means to be good with women, what it means to have the expressions of to fight, fuck, and kill, which were some of the things that were brought up on this call. See, a man is going to have many different flavors to him, but there are things that are masculine that he's not going to be able to control. And those things are within him. And we have this culture of intellect. We have this culture of knowing everything. We have this culture of information, of facts, of all these different things, and not of doing. And see, we were talking about this even earlier with, one of the guys was talking about his job. And this is a dude, he's in his 60s and a very, very wise man. And see, this is one of the problems that I have with the whole men's development industry is when I bring up things like spiritual principles, when I bring up things like, all right, well, acceptance or loyalty or honesty or open-mindedness, so many men see this as weak. So many men these days that don't have a definition of masculinity, that are trying to figure it out, see that as weak because you're not getting the result. If you accept failure. You accept things that you don't want to do. If you're honest and focusing on that, you might get screwed over. If you're loyal, you might get screwed over. This goes against this philosophy of individualism or whatever it is out there because everybody's fighting to get some goddamn definition because they can't have a real life and they're fed by the media. They're fed by people who are 1,000 miles away who will never affect them creating an ideology that they live by. And think about this because it's so prevalent in your life. It's more than just the words that I'm saying. Is think about this. What influences you? What do you think about? What was your last thought? What was the last thing you were passionate about? What was the last thing that moved you? What was the last thing that made you go, I want to live life? And was it something in front of you or was it a dream that was sold to you and packaged by whatever in the internet and whatever flashy marketing bullshit? Or was it that thing in front of you? Was it the organic conversation? This happens over and over and over and over again, and it's just so terrible. The crazy thing is, it is what my friend was saying, who's 60s. He's like, you know what? I was bummed out about my job on Sunday and I was bitching about it. You know what? I'm grateful for my job. That was it. It was gratitude. I'm grateful for my job. I was having a shitty time. And I got to think about those things sometimes. I was like, see, this is that thing. I was rapping with him a little bit on the call. And I just said, see, this is the thing of what younger guys don't get, the beauty of gratitude. They don't get the beauty of acceptance. They don't get the beauty of living these principles. And the reason why, the reason why? Because we as men, and I'm on this road, I haven't completed it. I'm on the journey every day. That's why you got to have good people around you every day. Is that the reason why I know gratitude is my life has been so fucked and so hard and in different ways, which I've made myself. People have had it harder. I'm not trying to make a competition. That I've had to have that in order to sort through and make sense of what was happening. I've had to have acceptance because to have that life of just anger and stewing resentment make who I am. Man, that's no way to live. And he brought up, he's like, that's one of the calls of man. The call of man that everybody's missing and they're letting pass by because they're watching a video on masculinity. They're watching a video where they see Jordan Peterson debate a feminist and they take it as a win. Fuck yeah. Fuck the feminists. I'm a man. Online, on a computer, talking to somebody that doesn't matter in my life, doing something that doesn't matter in my life. And they see that as the win. And they miss that call of man. And that call of man sometimes says, sometimes you just gotta sit in this chair, you gotta ride out this storm and accept what you have. And it ain't gonna change until that storm passes. And sometimes you gotta sit there and be grateful for the things around you so that you can learn the value of having, because it's not gonna change. And sometimes you have to learn what honesty is, what open-mindedness is, what willingness is. The great how, honesty, open-mindedness, and willingness. You have to learn what those things are because you're not placed with something where things are gifted to you. And the best parts, the most beautiful, cherished, hardened, strong parts of masculinity that gain respect, that are able to walk, that have the power of you in it, are shaped from that. And that's what I don't see men picking up and answering that call. Instead, I could have this now. I could get this now. I am right. Let's fight for that. Man, the submission of what I think, what I believe, what I feel, and seeing that, and maybe changing my mind and seeing that I'm wrong, seeing that that's not true, has done more for me than always getting my way. And that's where I gain my strength from. See, as a man, as somebody who's wise, and I was talking about this actually on another TSL podcast when we were talking about nice guys. Nothing wrong with being a nice guy. Nothing wrong with being a weak man. Nothing wrong with being a strong man. But if you only see yourself as one of those, and you don't see yourself as the man that can distinguish through wisdom, through yourself, through self-knowledge, through life experience, when is it time to be nice? When is it time to be hard? When is it time to give definition? When is it time to be soft? When is it time to quit? And when is it time to fight through for the things that give you your deepest meaning? If you can't distinguish those, you're all over the map, chasing a dream, fueled by your insecurities, fueled by your need to know you're a man. And it ends up as a like and a win on Facebook to a life that doesn't matter because you haven't fueled what gives you meaning. In any case, guys, TSL podcast, come join us. What we are is it's not just me ranting about masculinity. We're a community that is working always international right now, the past 4 hours. We've been talking about this. It's almost midnight here in Austin. We started this call at 6:30 p.m. and have just been going, and talking about these very core topics. And that's how we create a beautiful thing. It's not just dialogue. It's not just filler. But do something with your life. That's how you create your identity. Life is under your own 2 feet, and it's face to face. And it's not on the screen that you're watching this. Go out there, smell the roses, feel what it's like to live in your shoes, in your body, and change the world.